Hi, it is 1 week from Lent, and I wanted to just share today a few reasons why I really hope you will embrace Lent. Now, I did not grow up in a tradition where Lent was really valued. We hardly talked about the cross. All we did was celebrate Easter and the resurrection. But I have come in my adult life to so value these 40 days of the year, and I just hope you're going to join me and the millions of other people of faith who are focusing on their soul this Lent. So I want to give you 3 reasons. So you have some time between now and next Wednesday to think about it. I want to just give you 3 reasons why I think it's so valuable. The first is, when you embrace Lent, usually you choose to give something up. And we call that fasting. And that creates space for God. And that's the first reason that I wanted to share. So if you fast from meals, let's say you're going to fast a meal a day, the time it takes to prepare that or to go pick it up or even to eat it gives you a little bit of space. Now, most of us are just so aware of how crowded our lives are. We feel shut in because there's so many things coming at us. And so to open up some space for God is a really powerful thing. And there's a lot of different ways you can fast. I tell about them on my website. I'll give you the links to those with the video. But let me just say that for me, one of the most important ways, I usually fast from something that I do throughout the day, like maybe I'm going to fast from snacks. And when I feel like a snack, I use that to create space for God, to either to stop and pause for a moment and connect with Him, or to think about what I really want to see of Him, or to pray for someone else. And so that's the first reason, is just doing this for 40 days. We all want more space for God, and we have such a hard time finding it in our lives. So that's number 1. Number 2 is, this can help us overcome bad habits. And there's nothing unspiritual about overcoming bad habits, because this enables us to attend to our soul. Our souls are very affected by the bad habits we keep. And the habits of our lives have been formed by the wiring in our brains. And so we can make all the resolutions we want to change them, but what it really takes to change a bad habit is a repeated new behavior over time. And so during Lent, we have this opportunity. For me, if I give up sweets, which I love, it gives me the opportunity to overcome that habit, because every time I want a sweet, I'm focusing on the Lord, I'm not doing it, and my brain is being rewired. Maybe for you it's social media. You just can't help but checking your texts and your posts and all of those kinds of things. And it's a habit you really don't like, but you just have to grab your phone every 2 seconds to see what's on it. Well, this is a great way to overcome that bad habit and rewire your brain. Another way of fasting I want to just mention is we can do a word fast. And what that is the fast to say, I'm not going to say things that just aren't necessary. In other words, I'm not going to just try to be silent, but I'm going to evaluate the words that I speak. And I'm going to be silent more than I normally am. And so that's a great way to change a bad habit of talking too much or of saying the wrong things at the wrong time. So that's number 2. You can overcome some bad habits through our Lenten practices. And then number 3, and the most important, is that it enables us to experience the love of God. And in that process, we are transformed. Now, I want to say right off that fasting and doing without things, and even spending time with God, isn't what transforms you. What transforms you is when the Spirit comes into those places and does a work of grace. And we become more and more like Jesus, which is our goal as followers of Christ. But many years ago, when I started my journey of trying to focus on the cross during Lent, I thought it was going to be a 30-day journey. It ended up taking me over a year, and so changed my life. And every year since then, I spend these 40 days walking with Jesus through His final hours. And I believe that in those final hours leading up and through the cross, we discover that every form of suffering we might ever experience, every sort of pain this world offers, is there in the sufferings of Jesus. And we begin to share in that fellowship. And as we begin to share in that fellowship, we experience what the love of God really is for us. And there is no more beautiful demonstration of love in any place in history or any place in Scripture than the death of Jesus for us on the cross. And so the third reason I really want you to embrace Lent is because how often do you say, I am going to just set my heart to experience the love of God? And there's just nothing like that. So I hope you'll join me. If you need resources, my website has lots of resources that tell you how to fast, that give you, I have a list of scriptures there that you could use each day if you want to just do scriptures. If you want to get my book, Contemplating the Cross, it's available on Amazon and other sites, and it will take you on a daily journey with Jesus walking through those final hours. So I pray you have a very blessed Lent. I will be back weekly just to check in and share some things that God is showing me and to encourage you. I hope you'll also meet me online on Facebook on my Soul at Rest page, and we'll keep up with each other there.